Hello, ladies and gentlemen. um, Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's topic, I wanted to discuss some of the reasons why you might feel like you are struggling to appreciate your partner. And sometimes we can go through seasons where we just aren't feeling this strong, fiery, passionate appreciation for the special person or even people that are close to us in our life or in our lives. And through life's challenges and day-to-day stressors, through things that build up and holding on to grudges and resentments, that appreciation kind of gets pushed and suppressed down. It kind of gets hidden in there, but a lot of the times it is in there. It just has to be brought to the surface. And some of the ways that we communicate and some of the ways that we even live our day-to-day lives can really factor into why we aren't quite fully fully feeling and experiencing the appreciation that we have for him. And maybe he does do a lot. Maybe we just know in our heads that he does a lot for us. Maybe he's doing a lot physically and providing a lot financially, but we just can't seem to feel it, and feel it in the body. So for men, it's more important that they feel appreciated in what they do and what they provide. For us women, we don't really have much of that need. I mean, we have a little bit of a need for that, but we just have more so of a need that we are seen and heard, that we feel like we are being seen for who we are. That's more of our needs as women. But for men, they have more of a need to be acknowledged for what it is that they do, because masculine energy is more external and more tangible in providing tangible things. So one of the reasons why you could not be feeling appreciative is if you work outside of the home and your job is more physically demanding than his. So for the average couple here in America, they are both working, whatever the dynamic be, that even if he is fully providing and she's just working because she wants to, whatever the dynamic, if she is working a more physically demanding job and he has more of that laid back kind of job, indoors, maybe working on a computer, something that's not really physically more dangerous or physically draining, that can be something really hard for us to accept, because testosterone by nature is more of that aggressive, strength, hardworking hormone. And women just naturally like men who work really hard. And, generations ago, before all of these indoor computer nerdy jobs became so popularized, men, they would get out there and do the hard, dangerous, dirty stuff, get really sweaty, fix things, get out there and exert testosterone. And women were really highly attracted to that. Actually, biologically, they were highly attracted to that because on a biological level, men who sweat and, produce, exert a lot of testosterone, it increases their testosterone and puts out pheromones. And pheromones is a smell that both women and men can pick up on, and it's basically high testosterone attracting high estrogen levels through the sweat that is produced in their bodies. Okay, that naturally creates pheromones that women are attracted to. So it creates a strong sexual polarity. So women just naturally gravitate towards men who get really sweaty and know how to fix things, know how to fix things in a home, know how to fix things that go wrong in the house. And unfortunately, a lot of men today, they have no idea how to do any of those things. They have no idea, the first thing about when something happens in the house that needs to be worked on, that particularly a woman can't really do. Us women, we can know how to fix like some of the surface level things, right? Like hammering nails into the wall. That's easy. We can do that. But when it comes to like a plumbing job, typically us women, we don't know how to do that, and we don't really want to do that. It's just not in our DNA and nature to want to have to do those dirty things. That's why I always say those kinds of men score the most feminine women. And to my standard, he better get out there with a hammer and nails and build me a house from the ground up, because that is what is sexy. I don't care about how good he can look on a camera or how smooth talking his words and charming his words are. But can he get out there and build me a house from the ground up? Does he have the skills that it requires to be able to do that? Get down and dirty. Those are the skills that are sexy, not what the media portrays as sexy on the Hollywood films. That's not sexy. It's way sexier that men can actually know how to fix things, okay? So if your job is the more physically draining and physically exerting job, then that could mess with the polarity back in the relationship, okay? So men need to do more of the physical work, okay? And women need to do more of the internal work. Second reason why you could not be feeling the appreciation for him is he is invalidating your emotions. Us women, we are so complex, and we have this emotional coin bank that constantly needs to be invested into in order for us to even be able to feel any need and inspiration from our men. And a lot of the times when we have a problem with our men and then we go to them about it, they feel like they're the problem, and they don't want to feel like the major problem of your life. So they tend to invalidate it or shove it off as it not being a big deal, or try to say, that's crazy, you're crazy. Try to fix the whole issue overall. And that gets really frustrating for us women. And in that way, we're not being fully heard. And then we start to build a lot of resentments towards him for not being able to hear and understand what we have to say. And then it just spirals down from there, right? It just happens perpetually over and over again. And it just spirals into some deeper issues. So it really just boils down to lack of understanding between the two sexes. But nonetheless, not everything needs to be addressed. Not every little issue that happens between each other, whatever, fights, miscommunications, not everything needs to be addressed. Some things we just need to hold it in, or we need to go find another means of letting out that frustration. We don't always have to run to our partner and tell them what they did wrong about it, because majority of the time it's not about him anyways, or what he did wrong. It's about something that happened in the past, displacement of feelings, something that happened in the past. Then you went to work that day, and then something happened at work, and then it triggered something else inside of you, and then you go home and you get upset because your partner didn't do the dishes like you wanted him to do. Whatever it is, it's so many things that build up. And then that is just lack of emotional intelligence in dealing with all of those things, okay? And it is a very real issue that men invalidate emotions, okay? But there's a way to go about talking about that in order for them to make a change in that, okay? We just need to understand better of how men and women think and operate differently. Another reason why we are not fully feeling the appreciation is we're still hanging on to what it was that he did not do last week. Now, this is a really big one, and by no means have I perfected this. But we tend to, as women, hold more grudges against little bitty things that they're not committing to or owning up to, or they're not doing, okay, that we perceive that they should be doing. It's easy for us to hold on to those things and then gatekeep in other areas. Men have a better release system. So if you think about it sexually, we as women, we take in energy, we internalize it, and use it towards something bigger. And for men, they just have energy built up that they just need to release, okay? So sexually, we are very, very different. Men just need to relieve sexual tension, but it's not like that for women. For us women, we experience sexual arousal and power, okay? It's much more of an experience for women sexually, okay? That's how men connect through us. Anyways, I'm getting off the topic here, but the point is that we take everything in and we hold it inside in our internal world. And then men, it's so easy for them to just say, I can't solve this problem, to hell with it, moving on to the next thing. So you can have a fight and then they forget about it, a few minutes later or the next day, whatever. But that's a huge reason as to why we can feel a lack of appreciation. And another really big reason is that we just spend too much time with them. It's very easy to treat something as less valuable when it's always in front of your face, right? You can't even see the value in that thing anymore because you're just so used to it. It's just so second nature for you. So how can you truly feel the appreciation of something if you don't have to go without it? It's like food. I don't ever think about how appreciative I am to have food. But if I fast for 3 or 4 days and go without, then I break my fast and I'm like, oh my God, I forgot how appreciative I am to have this food. Thank you, God. Thank you. I'm so thankful to have this food to eat in front of me because I've been starving for so long. So we really lose sight of that appreciation and forget the need that we have for it. So sometimes separation and experiencing new things or places together can regain our sense of value that we have for something that we've just become so accustomed to not appreciating because we're being suffocated by it. Okay, so that could be another huge reason why the appreciation is just kind of foggy. Okay, ladies, that's all I'm going to say for this YouTube video. If you have any suggestions or comments, or you really like content like this and you find it to be very helpful, make sure you leave a comment and subscribe to my channel as this channel is growing. And it's really helpful whenever you guys leave your input. So thank you if you do. And you can always direct message me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever it is. if you need to get in touch. I do offer one-on-one coaching as well if you are interested in that and need a little bit more perspective on your specific situation, because every situation can be different, okay? If you are one of my feminine ladies and you are just getting out there into the dating world and trying to navigate through that journey, as we are in a major dating crisis today, don't worry, because I have all the tools and help for you, not only in just all of my free content here, but I also have a dating course that I created, and it's loaded with over 6 hours of information and knowledge about dating and how to, win men's attention, how to show up femininely, how to even navigate the world of dating and balancing your work life, because that can just be very stressful for us women. So I've collected a bunch of data and research and put it all in a course for you. So make sure you check that out if you are interested. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.